Hello, welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast, episode 213. Why did we skip one? Well, if you follow the show, we posted a podcast with Linda, the Uber Queen, and that was 212. That came out today, so download that. It's a short interview, and it was just fun. It was
It was a lot of fun.
Less an interview and more just having fun.
Just a conversation. Yeah, just talking with her and her energy and her enthusiasm and her one-liners. And
it was great. So go ahead and download that. Go to gigeconomyshow.com for everything gig economy related. And then I want to thank our Patreon members who I get to see a few of them this weekend.
Yes.
Which is pretty exciting. If you want to join the Patreon, there's a $5, $10, or a $10 tier. You can get 7 days free if you've never signed up before to see if you like it. The $5 tier gets you a pre-show banner that was approximately 20 seconds today. That's probably the shortest one on record. I'm not sure I'll even post it. And the $10 tier gets you a pre-show banner, an extra podcast a month, a t-shirt, and ad-free episodes. So more bang for your buck if you do the $10 tier. And I want to thank the people. Samson, not going to see. Bud Dickman, I'm going to see. Steve from Colorado, not going to see. Omar from Detroit. Well, I don't know if I will. These people I don't know if I'm going to see. I'm going to say confirmed. Omar from Detroit, Delivery Cast from Michigan, Frank from Philly, confirmed. Jamie from Tennessee, Tom from Chicago, Jim from Connecticut, Miguel from GR. Pretty sure I'll see him, and Linda from Tampa. So thank you guys so much for supporting the show. It really means a lot that you spend your hard-earned money on this dumb show. Also, we have a Telegram group where you can join and shoot the shit. We're going over the stats before the show. What was it, like 80,000
messages?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. So
it is.
Join that group if you're interested in that and talking gig work or shooting the shit or whatever. It's fun. And then, of course, the picnic. Last time we're going to talk about it because next week it'll be done. It's this Saturday from 2 to 4. Do not have to be a fan of the podcast. I mean, you just come down. Like, we just want to celebrate you as a gig worker.
Exactly.
It's turned into the out of town hangout, which I fucking love. Like, people that are going to drive and fly to hang out, like I'm pretty proud of that. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite events of the year, getting to see everyone that, we talk to on the Telegram channel, that we talk to here on the podcast. We always have a good time. The picnic, we have some good food, but it's mainly just about hanging out and getting to interact in person with the people, like I said, that we talk to on Telegram. We have a lot of fun. Things might get a little wild and crazy. You never know.
It's funny what you say when you see people that you've talked to. When I first met John, it was very bizarro.
It was surreal, wasn't it?
It was very weird. Like, he's just a normal guy, but it was just like,
I don't know about all
that. Yeah. Touche. It was just seeing him in person and hearing the voice come out of an actual person. It was it was great. It was actually kind of great.
Fantastic. I mean, and that's why all these people that I've talked to on Telegram. I mean, the first year when I got to come up and meet everybody, you and Pete and Gabe and just so many people that you've talked to on Telegram, and you feel like you know them because you've talked about a lot of stuff in the wee hours of the morning. Sometimes you get deep, and so you feel like you really know them.
Well, that's the thing with podcasting too. It's such a, we do live stream this, but like most of our audience is from the audio podcast, and it's very intimate, and it's you and this person talking to your ear for hours. Like Joe, I don't listen to Joe Rogan anymore. It's fine. I mean, I was a little fussy when he went to Spotify because that's the only place I could get it, and it annoyed me. But anyways, I felt like if I would see Joe and meet him, I would be like, "Hey, man, so nice to meet you. I feel like I know you so much." But I wouldn't be like, a psychopath, like, if you met like Taylor Swift or something like that, or somebody famous that you don't, I mean, you hear their music, but you don't have that connection of like, just a conversation. So it's fun to meet people that you've talked to before and then you've never seen them in person. So come on down. I'm sure if you're out of town, you're probably a little late to make plans now, but we'll still take you.
Definitely. Yeah. Welcome with open arms.
Yep. Stories from the road. I feel like I had a story like 2 weeks ago. I did Amazon Flex, and I feel like I have a story. I feel like I have 2 stories. Well, one so one story, it was a dog. So it's like the note on the account says a dog, right? This I remember this now. And so I pull up and I was in like by the lakeshore, but like hillbilly lakeshore. Like it was all dirt road shit. You know what I mean? So says warning, dog, blah blah blah. So
Yeah.
I pull up and a big ass German Shepherd comes out, and the guy um is out there and he comes up to me and I open the door. And normally people say, "Oh, he's fine. It doesn't hurt." And that's what I thought I heard. But he's like, "Oh, he's mean. You might not want to get out of the car." And I was like, "Shit." And so I quick closed the door and he stood there. I'm like, I got to go in the back of the car. So he brought the dog in. But like,
Yeah.
I was a little like, normally people, they're like, "Oh, he's fine." I'm like, "Okay." Cause I'm a dog lover. I'll
Sure.
walk up to almost any dog,
Mhm.
not walk up, but I'll be like, "Hey, how's
Yeah.
it going?" Whatever.
Yeah.
But I misheard what he said because I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit, this dog."
Yeah. That's a
He's
bad thing to mishear.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of dog bites on the social media groups on Facebook and stuff. People are
Yeah.
just getting jacked.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. You never know.
I don't know. I don't really have a tip for
Yeah.
people that deliver with dogs. I know a lot of people bring bones, which is I think it works. I just try to talk to them like I talk
Yeah.
to my dogs, which is in a high pitched Mickey Mouse voice.
Yeah.
And most of them are like, "Oh, this guy speaks our language." You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I don't know what it is. I don't talk to them like, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm
Yeah.
just like, "Hey, boys, hi, what's going on?" You know what I
Sure.
mean?
Sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was my one story from Amazon Flex.
Okay.
I had pretty decent routes. I feel like there's another one. I can't remember it. So
Yeah. I
we
don't
some
have any dog stories from rideshare, but we were dog sitting for a couple of days. It's so funny that um, we babysit our dog sit my wife's ex-husband dog when he goes out of town. So
oh,
a lot of
wow,
times it's
okay.
got a little Bichon free, looks like, and two poodle mix, looks like a little white fluffy poodle named
Yeah,
Cooper. And
Cooper.
I mean he's fine. He's a great dog and he's fine with me, except the only time, like, my wife has her she shed that she works in. It's got
Mhm.
her computer set up in there, and he'll stay in there with her. And
You're
if I
real
come in that room, he'll get up and growl, and I
growl.
mean he'll even nip. I mean, I'm not worried. He's a little dog. He's not gonna hurt me. And
Li
I'll just yell. I'll just
Knock it
Cooper.
off.
It's like, dude, you don't want a piece of me. And me
Right.
and him will have staring contests, and I always win. But
Okay. Yeah, I have a couple little dogs and they're assholes. My
yeah.
big pity is he like when kids come over to the house to play with my son, we
Mhm.
lock the little ones up. We don't
Yeah.
lock the pit bull up because the
No,
pit
I
bull's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And
exactly.
the
Yeah.
little ones are like, "I'm gonna eat your face."
Yeah. I'm gonna tear your ankles off.
And I do have a clarification. So your wife has a she shed that she goes and works in, is this heated and cooled?
Oh no, it's just a bedroom. That's just what she calls it. It's
Oh,
one of our extra bedrooms. Yeah, no, it's not an actual shed. No,
I would
no,
be
no, no,
like,
no, no,
"That's
no.
badass." I didn't know. I've never been to your house.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, now that we got the Rugrats out of the house, we
Okay,
have some extra rooms. So
got
one of them we converted into her. She calls it her she shed. It's where she has her computer, and
okay.
she's decorated it and painted it how she wanted, and
Oh,
and
gotcha.
so she really likes it in there. So yeah, it's her she shed, and then I have my man cave upstairs in the bonus room.
Well, what are you in right now?
Right now, I'm in. Used to be my daughter's Lindsay's room.
Oh, okay.
We haven't finished the complete cleanup, everything for the man cave, but eventually that's where I'll probably have my
Okay.
my computer stuff set up there.
Nice. You can fart
Yeah,
up there at will and
I mean,
just
I do that here, but
yeah, but you can be extra about it.
that's right. That's right.
All right, so Larry and I were putting this show together, and it's a rough one this week as far as like news. There's just not a lot cooking.
It's a little slow.
I
Little
mean,
slow.
I'm posting links about statistics, so the shit's slow.
Yeah, because we don't do math or numbers or
No,
geography.
we don't. All right, gig economy in the news. California wrote their own gig worker law. No one is enforcing it. Nearly 4 years after California voters approved better wages and health benefits for ride-hailing drivers and delivery workers, no one's actually ensuring they are provided. Which this is hilarious to me. According to state agencies, interviews with workers and review of wage claims filed with the state, voters mandated the benefits in November of 2020 when they approved Prop 22. The ballot initiative was backed by gig work companies that wanted to keep their workers classified as independent contractors and resisting the 2019 state law that would have considered them employees. Prop 22 stipulated that gig workers would to remain independent contractors but treated better. That doesn't. I don't. That's it. That's the article. What the fuck?
Yeah,
I might as well read the rest. The state industrial relations department, which handles wage claims, now tells Cal Matters it doesn't have jurisdiction to resolve these related Prop 22, citing okay, so they're complaining about it because they're not getting what they're supposed to, and no one knows who's to
who's supposed to be watching over and make sure that they're actually getting what they were told they were going to get. So it's like, okay, we passed this law, we're going to pay you this wage and all this, but nobody's overseeing it. So we know how the companies are going to do. If nobody's watching, they're not going to do it. They're going to fudge on it.
I mean, I know it's the government, and we all love the government, and they do they do everything great. Hey. But why would they create this and not have someone to watch to make sure that the gig companies do what they're supposed to? Like all that Prop 22 and all that stuff, that was, I often wonder, and Steve from Rideshare Rodeo would be the best to answer this, but I often wonder, was that really put together by people like complaining, like gig workers, or was that like state lawmakers just trying to be, trying to do what they're supposed to? You know what I mean? You know how people introduce bills because it's their passion or whatever.
Sure.
Is that how this came around, or was it just people just complaining to lawmakers and they finally did it? Because I guess my point is like, of course, Uber and Lyft don't give a shit. They're like, okay, no one's gonna watch us. We'll do whatever the hell they want. But that defeats the whole purpose of getting treated better.
And it's about par for the course for government.
I know.
Especially California. I mean, it's California.
I know. Hey, we're gonna do this great thing, and then we're not gonna enforce it or follow through with it.
But we passed it.
Yeah, I mean,
reelect us because we passed it.
Yeah, exactly. And reelect. I know a lot of people are getting that money, but I guess this article was a little vague, which all of them will be tonight, FYI, as in regards to like what actually they're complaining about. So I would guess they thought that maybe they were going to get benefits, but no, the money's to pay for benefits. You still have to do the work. You're still an independent contractor. Like maybe it's just stupid how they're complaining about it, but
yeah, very well could be.
All right. Moving on, here we go. Waymo.
Yep. What do Uber drivers make of Waymo? So this article says the Uber driver who picked me up the other day doesn't think that the ride sharing app has much of a future in San Francisco. Tim, that's a pseudonym as he asked not to be identified, thinks that Waymo, the leading maker of self-driving taxis, will broadly undercut Uber's human-operated ride-hailing service in the U.S. city at some point in 2025 and feels that will be the beginning of the end. He is not alone in that belief. Says, to put it bluntly, we're cooked, said one person posting to a forum in San Francisco Uber drivers in response to the reporter asking for thoughts about Waymo. He said, we're done for. In the age of artificial intelligence and automation, we're going to be some of the first to be impacted in a major way. So, this is stuff we've heard about for years. I mean, right after we started driving, but I think in the next few years, I think we are going to see start seeing some impact on this. I think seems like it's starting to gain enough traction that we are going to start seeing some impact on this. And that's what this article talks about. It says with the way the wages are going, and they can already see supply of drivers going down, although this guy estimating, so I don't know. It says the supply, according to Tim, has been declining. He estimated that in 2023 around noon at midweek there were roughly 2,000 Uber drivers active in San Francisco this year. He said there appears to be fewer, about 1,800. By 2025 he expects that number to be more like 700. I don't know how you get that. It said these number he acknowledges are estimates based on what he sees as a driver. We know you can't see.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, I have no idea how you estimate 2,000 drivers.
Yeah, Tim, the pseudo name, doesn't want to give his own name, but he's
Yeah,
estimating things like.
yeah. So anyway, yeah, I think that, and especially in some of these bigger cities where they're testing this stuff out, I think drivers are going to start seeing an impact on the self-driving cars.
Yeah, I agree. Bubba Sue says Waymo sucks. I assume she just doesn't want the competition. But yeah, I mean, it's bound to happen. I mean, it's like anything. I honestly, I often wonder when the scooters came to town if you were going to see an impact on Uber rides, just because people are like, shit, if I'm not going to pay for, an Uber if I can hop on this scooter. I mean, maybe not. Maybe those are just more for drunk people to have fun on. But yeah, there's always going to be an impact. But honestly, I would bet majority of cities are not even going to have these cars. You're never going to see. Well, I'm not going to say never because somebody will pull this clip. You're very unlikely to see them in a city with a lot of snow.
Mhm.
Just due to the fact those sensors have to be clear, and in Michigan you roll out 5 feet and you got ice on everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I can see it in the warmer climates and maybe the bigger cities, but I don't know. I think we'll both be dead before it's like somewhere in Bowling Green or Grand Rapids.
Yeah, it's interesting. This article brings up some points. It says that one thing that is certain that's been going down is the amount that Uber driver are making, because Uber's keeping a larger portion of the fare. They think that's as much of a threat to drivers as the driverless cars. He also says that they think Waymo is going to use the same business model that Uber used to beat its competitors, which is spend venture capital to price rivals out of the market. The reason Uber won the market for ride sharing is because they raised more capital, and what they did with that capital was they subsidized rides for a long time.
Yeah.
And the second Waymo trips are less than Uber, which is going to happen in 2025. A lot of people, including myself, will just start taking Waymo, he said. And there's a lot of people, that's all they care about, price.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't blame them. They don't.
Yeah.
And I don't need you to care about me. I get it. You're just like it. This is a service to me. I'm sorry that this is happening, but this is the real world. This shit happens. It gets stuff gets automated.
Yeah, and they also talk about Lyft, Uber, and Waymo. He said are pretty much the same product. He said except that Waymo has by far the best cars. He said if you have a Waymo in San Francisco, it's going to be an all-electric Jaguar fitted with Google's autonomous technology. If you're riding around in Uber X, you're probably in an old Prius or maybe a Tesla if you're lucky.
Oh shit! The Prius or Tesla, you're going to be in a bigger shit box than that.
Yeah, it says if you're in your Waymo, you're in a $78,000 or more Jaguar. Super nice leather, cushy seats, great suspension.
But that's not sustainable, though.
I wouldn't think so. But
they're gonna have to figure out how to put those sensors on a $20,000 car.
Yeah, and I'm sure they can.
Yeah.
But like you said, they're just gonna, if they can raise enough capital, they'll just subsidize the rides until they get the market share.
Yeah, that's true. Traveler says a Ford Pinto.
Yeah. So just this week, Waymo said that it is according to its figures, its autonomous cars have, on a like-for-like basis, fewer crashes than humans after 22 million rider-only miles on the road.
Yeah, Pete says that his friend took one and it ran a red light. I mean, that shit's gonna happen. I don't think it should though, but it shit like that is just, I don't know. Well, what's a red light? I run red lights every day in my bus because it's yellow when I start and hit the intersection. It's red before I finish going under it. You know what I mean? What's the red light? But I'm not saying it didn't happen, and we've obviously seen, that one video we played with that police officer was like, this guy's like, what was it? Was he not pulling over or
no, when the construction zone was messing it up?
Was that what it is?
Yeah.
I can't remember. So. We've actually watched quite a few of them.
There's been a few, so it's hard to know exactly which one you're talking about because we have played a few.
Yeah. So I mean, I fully believe that they will be safer. I mean, just drive on the highway every day. There's complete ass jacks.
Oh yeah.
That you know what I've noticed, and one thing I don't like, my car has the Super Cruise. For whatever reason, it says it's supposed to be centered in the lane, but me, I feel it's closer to the center, the divide thing. So like I drive slow like a grandpa. I do 65 because if I go over 65, it just kills my battery, right? It's just the fact of life. And so I was on the highway today coming back from pickleball, and this fucking truck got so close to me, and I'm just like, what am I gonna do? Like, that's what I worry about, the self-driving and stuff like that. Because if I can grab the handle and just take over, but if I was normally driving and I saw that truck, I would have edged over probably to the right side of the road instead of the center. So all that technology just, not that I'm like a boomer and worry about tech, but I mean, like, it is a little scary. So what are you doing? You having a fucking conversation here? I just talked for 20 minutes and you're just staring at the fucking Come on, Jesper. Jeez. I was wondering when someone's going to comment on that.
Yeah, I was too. I'm surprised it took this long.
Yeah, for sure. So anyways, back to Waymo. They suck, and it's fine. I'm not too worried about it, but I would go in one is it only in San Fran or like maybe Phoenix? Because like if I go to Clearwater, I'm not going to find anything.
Yeah, I know they're in a couple of cities at least, but a lot of places have them. Maybe not doing like the Uber, ride share, but they'll have them on a like a certain loop around downtown or things like that, where it's they're just going the same route.
I think we do have a shuttle in Grand Rapids. I think we may have even talked about it, but
really?
It's a self-driving. There's an attendant in there, but it's not like completely self-driving. But anyways, I'm sure this will be a topic of discussion until Larry and I are retired at some point, or when the show ends, one of the two.
No doubt.
All right. So another awesome article that I clicked on, it literally is just statistics. So it's just talking about number of freelancers in the United States from 2007 to 2028. So if you had to guess, did you look at this slide or not?
I did.
Okay, so So back in 2017, which we were already doing gig work, I was.
That's when I started.
Yeah, so there's 57 million gig workers or freelancers, however you want to put it. And they predict by 2028, there's going to be 90 million.
Yeah.
That's a big number.
That is a lot.
Right now we're at like 76, so it's even 57, 67. So it's almost going up 20 points, or 20 million.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Like, what else can they create for a gig yet? Like, where are we at for gigs? Like, I feel like we've hit the apex of gigs, right?
I mean, it feels like it, but there'll be stuff that people will come up with. I mean, it's just like, years and years ago, I remember there was a famous quote from somebody, and he's like, everything that could be invented has been invented,
Yeah.
People will think of stuff just because they're creative. So that's a lot of gig workers.
I mean, I can't think of anything even off the top of my head that isn't already out there. I mean, there's cleaning gigs, there's driving gigs, there's delivery, there's food shopping. I mean, is there an errand gig? Like,
yeah, I think
like you run errands for people instead of like sex.
Yeah, I mean, there's you can hire people to stand in line for you.
Well, I guess that's probably not. Pete says sex work gigs. I mean, I don't know why they just don't make it legal. Like, I mean, it's the dumbest thing ever. And then you get the gig work for that. You know what I mean? I mean, I wouldn't be a part of it, but yeah, I'm just trying to think if there was anything else.
I'm sure there. We'll figure it out this weekend. We'll brainstorm with all our gig the best minds in the gig economy.
I thought about starting an errand business because like I work with all these old people, and I'm like, they're cheap. Hey. Well, no, you're not in a retirement home yet. But like I work all these old people. Would they pay me? Because I like some of them are like really mobility challenged. And
and
I take them to Meijer and they do their own shopping, which I'm I'm glad they want to do it and they got the gumption to do it, but like, wouldn't you want to pay me like $20 to go shop? You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought about it, but
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's an idea. I mean, stuff like that is worth trying out, seeing how it goes.
yeah, I always have these great ideas, and then I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to put the effort into it.
Yeah.
I'm too old. I'm almost dead.
Oh, good grief.
So Pete writes gig brains. I don't know what that is.
I was talking about the gig brains that are going to be together this
Oh
weekend.
yeah,
We're going
the
to be able
summit, the gig
the
summit.
gig summit. We should
Whatever
come up.
happened? Remember we were gonna help. Were you? Oh, maybe it was Jesper. So Steve from Rideshare Rodeo, and then Pedro.
Yeah.
They did a gig summit, and they were going to
Mhm.
do one this year. And last year when we talked about it, I was like, I totally want to be a part of it. I'll help plan it. I'll help organize it. And they never reached out to me. So, anyways, I'm not Pete. You're old too. Don't you have like a granddaughter? Like,
Y'all are old.
yeah.
Old
Like, what the
farts.
fuck, bro? Shut up. All right. Moving on. There's a lot of gig workers. Get out of it now while you can. Go ahead there.
Okay. Oh, so again, this related to autonomous vehicles. Uber, I cannot pronounce that name.
The CEO.
Dara, yeah, I said call him
Just
Dara. So
say
the
Uber
CEO
Dip.
Dara said at a conference, he said that Uber is going to go all in on the use of autonomous vehicles and plans to build a marketplace where the company can remain as a pure play as possible. The landscape is dynamic. We want to play where we're strong and target demand against supply that increases earnings for suppliers and utilization for suppliers. He confirmed that Uber is working with 10 different autonomous vehicle players in the mobility delivery space, including Waymo and Cruise, and now with Wave in the United Kingdom. Anticipates that the software will get to a very good place over the next 3 to 5 years. In regard to advertising, one of the biggest areas of growth for Uber is sponsor listing, especially on the grocery side, and the company is actively launching in markets outside the United States. So they are definitely focusing quite a bit on the autonomous vehicles. Again, it's something, I think they're putting a lot of money into it, a lot of focus on it. But we'll just have to see how long it takes. I take his word a little more than I do like Elon. Elon's always promising stuff that doesn't happen.
I wish I know a couple of like maybe the rideshare guy. The rideshare guy definitely has sat down with the CEOs, but I wish somebody could sit down with them. Like, so what is your, and maybe they can't answer this. Like, I understand your goal. Like, I want to be blunt with them. Like, let's just level with me. Like, I know your goal is to make money. I get it. But is your goal, like we always ask, are you going to be a fleet owner or are you going to like have drivers buy these cars? You know what I mean? Like, are we going to be business partners together or how is that going to work? I just want to know, you know what I mean?
Yeah. If they're expecting to own a fleet of cars or not.
Right. I just can't imagine they would do that. Like, or if they did, it wouldn't be in Grand Rapids or Bowling Green. It would just be in Chicago, New York, LA, San Francisco, Miami, the bigger cities. But
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that question addressed.
Yeah, because no one asked that.
But yeah, you don't see. I don't. Besides us, I don't remember seeing anybody actually address that.
Yeah, and not that we're like riveting interviewers, but I'm just like, that's legit what I want to know because, I mean, I would be interested in investing in a car. I mean, as long as it wasn't a Jaguar, you know what I mean?
Yeah, not gonna happen.
I mean, that's the key is passive income, right? That's literally passive income. You own the equipment and it's going out to work for you while you're sitting home playing video games.
Yeah,
I mean, that sounds great. I mean, yeah, you're probably responsible for a lot of things, but I guess my point is like it's kind of passive income.
But what's the difference in that and having cars renting them out on Turo?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, we could do that now.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a really good point.
But I don't.
Well, I mean, so yeah, I don't know. Because like, are we gonna like? So let's say in a hypothetical world, we own the car, we give it to Uber to run out. So is it gonna make the $2 fares like we're making now? Drive. I guess my point is, if you're gonna, yeah, I guess you're right, Turo. I mean, it's a little different because it's a self-driving car and there's
Mhm.
more technology around it, and it's built in the ecosystem with Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, and I mean, obviously there is, we're gonna have to be cleaning the cars and taking care of the
Yeah,
cars and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, I know,
motherfucker.
it's not the
I'll
first
edit that.
time, Pete. It's not the first time.
Go listen to the audio. I'll edit that shit out. No, I probably won't.
People. I know my brother. He has a camper, and he rents it out all the time.
Ooh, Tommy, I want to hear your story. I've used Turo before. I had a great experience, but
Yeah.
I bet it can be I bet if you have somebody renting that's a little shady,
Yeah.
they can fuck you real easy. And it's the same principle as Uber. Like, hey, you got reported for driving drunk, so we're gonna just
Mhm.
shut you down for a couple of days. And you're like, listen, they listen to the customer. They probably don't listen to the maybe he wasn't a customer, or maybe he is a customer and got screwed. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I looked into that Turo, but like
Mhm.
I don't know. I'd want to. I wouldn't want to do my own car. I'd want a car that is what I used it for.
Right, right, and you have to see how much demand there is in for your area. Like I'm saying, my brother rents out his camper. He rents
Well,
it out
that's huge.
quite
Yeah,
frequently.
that would. I'm sure that's a big business over here. Having the lake and all these state parks are like right on the lake. I think that's
Mhm.
big business.
Yeah.
But he's probably got a lot of hassle with it too. He's got to tow it out there. He's got to clean it. He's got to.
Yeah, it's not, from what he's told me, it's not terrible, but yeah, I mean, if he has to take it out to them and set it up or take it out to them, that's the extra. If he has
Oh,
to
of
set it
course.
up, that's extra, things
Yeah.
like that. But like I know we had the called Holly LS Fest. It's all these old cars that come into Beach Bend Raceway here last weekend. And so, yeah, some guy was coming to town, rented his camper. It's just, he had to run it out to Beach Bend, which is, like 10 miles, and set it up. So that was the easy one. But, sometimes he's had to deliver it to people at a lake somewhere or,
Yeah.
things like that. But, otherwise it's just going to be sitting there,
Yeah, I mean, it's not yeah, I mean, yeah, if you got a rental place or whatever, I mean, it can be a hassle, but I mean, I wouldn't consider that real estate, but it can be lucrative if it's
Yeah.
not, hey, you buy this fucking thing for 80 grand and you use it 4 times a year, you're right. If it's gonna be sitting there, you're gonna be making my payment.
Yeah.
So Tommy said I rented the car for 3.5 weeks. They charged me $150 because the guy said that I smoked in it, and they charged me another 150 because he said I didn't clean it. And I do. I thought he probably meant I did.
Mm.
Um, well, so the smoking thing, I don't know, but like the cleaning, it's like, don't you take pictures? Like I would go back to Turo and say, well, look at my pictures. This is a clean car. Like this is how I returned it. Cause I remember when I rented that Tesla, man, they
Mhm.
wanted tons of pictures. They wanted backseat, they wanted floor mats, they wanted the inside of the door, they wanted the dash, it wasn't just like a couple of pictures here and
Right.
there. They were pretty extensive about it, but
Yeah.
um that sucks, Tommy. That's
Yeah, that does suck, and yeah, I've wondered about that, with
if
places like
people
that.
lie.
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
there's not a lot of retribution, if you go to Hertz or if you go to Enterprise and they do it, you talk to the news about it, or
mhm.
you call corporate, or Turo is like, you're just like, well, this is just an app. So
Yeah, if I got rented a car and got dinged an extra $300, I would
especially
not be
he rented
happy.
it for 3.5 weeks, so he's already,
Yeah, I spent a pretty penny there.
into it a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah, that sucks. Sorry about that, Tommy. Fuck Turo. We'll say that tonight.
Not a
So
sponsor, and will never be a
nah, fuck
sponsor.
them. Even though I used them and I kind of like this, I had a good experience the one
Yeah.
time I used it, but there's for 10 good experiences, there's probably one bad one. So this is fucking weird. Amazon always like trying to get their packages out. That like my motto when I do flex, nothing gets returned. I don't care where it is, it's getting out there. So I actually had to read this article twice because I was like, well, it's not really an
Mhm.
article, it's their
Right.
link, but
Yeah, kinda
it says
advertisement.
it's earn extra income with your business. So in my head, I was thinking, oh, you're a delivery spot people can come pick up.
That's what I
Oh,
thought when I
yeah.
first saw it.
Yeah, so how it works, so they're looking for 2,500 businesses to partner with a jumpstart this new program. How it works: each day will deliver packages to your business. You and your staff will deliver these packages to customers in your area when you have time during the day, and then you'll get paid for every delivery that you do, giving you another source of income. I mean, what? Okay. I like that they're thinking, but it's already short staffed at all these places. I can just see somebody like let's say I do lawn care, right? And so they get these packages, they fucking route 6 through my route for lawn. I got 6 boxes and the next be in the truck. Or imagine for a school bus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There
Like,
you go.
oh my God. Hold on. Put
Hold
my
on.
rents out. I gotta run this up to the door. Isn't that weird?
Hey, high school kids, those 3 rows. You
Yeah.
can't sit in those 3 rows no more. That ain't happening. Really reserved.
That'd be boxes.
That's
Boxes
right.
are going in there. No kids can sit there. Oh my gosh, isn't that bizarre?
It is. I like, they have the testimonials from the people that are doing it. I like this one. King's Barbershop has gained more customers through Amazon Hub delivery. When I deliver a package, I let people know that we're King's Barbershop and that we partner with Amazon. So you got these people who are working at a barbershop and they got enough time to go and deliver packages.
What? Okay, so the auto parts make sense. So that's I didn't see the testimonials, but I see there's an auto part. Like I get that. You're already running parts, so like big
the
deal.
barbershop one doesn't make sense.
No, that one doesn't make sense. Like these employees are already, if they're there, they're already working their ass off, and then you're gonna make them like, it only makes sense if you have a driving job. The barbershop doesn't make sense. I mean, I guess if you had a slow barbershop and there's some downtime, but like, what happens if you don't? Like, I want to know is what happens, like, once you commit to that delivery, do you have to do it? Because like, what happens if you get busy in your main business? I don't know.
I'm gonna have to watch their webinar.
There's a webinar?
Oh yeah, down at the bottom of the page.
Oh, it's
overview webinar.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Find events in your area. Nothing in Michigan. Probably nothing in Kentucky too.
Yeah, probably.
No, nothing.
Hey, what's up, Tom?
But yeah, that's weird. Can you think of another business that would be successful in that? Like, what business has downtime that they would be able to do that? Like, I'm like,
yeah.
Can you imagine a school? I just think that school would be the funniest shit.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, not only because there's places that have downtime, but absolutely, when you have enough downtime, I'm going to have 2 hours to go out and do this route.
Well, I mean, I get if you need like 2 hours of downtime, and you're already paying that employee, so you're paying them like 15 an hour. So, but how much are they actually making per delivery? Is it really worth sending your guy that in 2 hours it's going to be busy? I don't know. It just seems odd. This seems odd. I'm looking forward to seeing how it works when I see, Jimmy John's pull up and deliver my package and
here's your sandwich, and here's your box.
Here's your box from Amazon. Oh, fucking hilarious.
I'm going to watch that webinar.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, did you ever get a hold of that lady? Did you ever message that lady, the union lady? Larry James Duncan. I don't know your middle name.
Maurice.
Oh, why did you tell me that? I love that middle name. That's a badass middle name.
Larry Maurice Duncan Jr.
Let's go. Write yourself a note. You were gonna.
I'm putting it right here.
All right. I don't know why I thought of that. It just totally, like you said, webinar. So in my head, it triggered like information. Larry, did you talk to that union lady? Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
Putting it in my phone right now.
Speaking of forgetting things, Octopus tablet is a great tablet that you need to get from Octopus. Speaking of a company that like is more driver focused, not like all these fucks. Go to their website, sign up for it. If you're an Uber driver or a Lyft driver, it's great. This is obviously just for rideshare because, you don't have anybody in your back when you're delivering food. I mean, you might have your kids, but that doesn't count. But no, it's great. You can earn up to about $100 a month. You have a great referral program. I think you start out at 25 and you can go up from there for the amount of referrals you do. So check it out. It's worth 10 minutes of your time to fill out the form and get it delivered. Everything's free. and passengers love it, especially the drunk ones, right,
Yes,
Larry?
they do. Yes, they do. They love the trivia.
Um,
And still, the funniest part is the people that are in the front seat that have no idea there's a tablet in the back seat,
well,
and all they hear is this random words getting shouted out, and they're like, "What is going on back there?"
yeah, I always do you ever see a time where they could offer that for the front seat, like maybe a phone or something? I mean, I don't know. It's probably not worth the hassle, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I disappointed Pete. Oh, yeah. Um, surely they could come up with something for that front
Yeah, I
seat.
mean, we talked about Linda, how she has a phone up there too that
Mhm.
displays the lyrics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, check out the tablet if you haven't gotten yet. If you are, and we've only been talking about it for a year, so definitely check it out. It's worth your time if you want to make some passive income, because
Yep.
if you can make passive income as a gig worker, that's great.
And
So
that's about as passive as it gets.
yeah,
It
yeah.
really is.
All right, moving on, Larry. What are we talking about? Some
And we're
layoffs?
talking about Lyft, yeah, doing some layoffs and pulling plug on their dockless bikes and scooter operations. So it says Lyft will stop offering standalone dockless bikes and scooters and eliminate some jobs as part of restructuring to cut costs. From what I saw, it was 1% of their workforce.
Yeah, okay.
So the company, which operates a city bike service in New York City and similar rental programs in other cities, had said back in July of 2023 it was exploring options for that unit after having receiving strong interest. Says we're discontinuing our dockless scooters in Washington, D.C. and exploring alternatives for our dockless bikes and scooters in Denver and other cities. The company does not operate bikes and scooters in many U.S. cities and is partnered with Bird and Spin, allowing riders to access them through the Lyft app. It said it would incur about 34 million to 46 million in charges related to the asset disposal costs and lay off about 1% of its nearly 3,000 employees at the end of the year, or at the end of last year.
Is 3,000 for the entire company for Lyft?
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't seem like a lot.
Yeah. Again, they're only North America. They're
Yeah,
not,
and they're not
worldwide.
doing and they're not doing, like,
Food
food
delivery
delivery,
and not doing
stuff like that.
shopping and grocery. They're just, I think the CEO is really trying to focus back just on, rideshare. I
Well,
think he wants to
clearly
get back
not,
to
'cause
basics.
they're throwing out $300 glitches from last week's episode.
Yeah, but that's rideshare, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying they're trying to focus on rideshare. I'm like, clearly you need to, like,
Focus a little more.
yeah, like, we talked about, like, how does that even happen? I don't
Yeah,
understand if
yeah.
somebody hit a button wrong,
Uh,
or how does it
uh,
break?
Probably one of these people who are getting laid off, and they're like, "I'm gonna f them."
Yeah, I'm going out with a bang.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, that'd be crazy. I wish the
Yeah.
drivers would have gotten that, but
Yeah, so it says CEO David Reicher has slashed jobs as well as rolled out enhanced driver earnings and new programs to drum up rideshare demand since he took on the top role at Lyft early last year.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I always think about, like, what it why doesn't Lyft just, like, say, "Fuck it, we're just gonna pay our drivers better?" Like, I don't know. I just maybe because they just don't have the capital to do that,
Yeah.
because obviously they're gonna charge the customers the same. So they're gonna lose money if they pay us
Mhm.
more, but I'm just like, I wonder if that would shift the tide at all. I don't know. I don't know what their long game is. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, I understand Ubers, they're getting into a lot of things, and they're diversifying like we always
Mhm.
talk about. Lyft is not. They're just like, "Brr," like, I just don't know what their long game is.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish I had a crystal ball, could see what was going to happen in the long term.
Well,
Uh,
well, we need to know. Well, we want them to survive. We don't just want Uber.
yes, we definitely want them to survive. If they have to be bought out by somebody, then so be it. But
So be it.
we don't want just Uber being the only game in town.
Yeah. Freaking Amazon should buy them, but then they would turn into some sort of package delivery. It wouldn't be, or it would be like we just talked about. You'd have half your car would be packages, and then you would do people or something like
Yep.
that. So,
Sorry, you can't sit in the front seat. That's where my boxes go.
right. Trevor's like, I don't think Lyft knows either. I'm
No.
serious. I think I'm on that boat now.
Yeah.
Well, when the new CEO took over, I was excited about it. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, let's go. Think we're going to do some great things. Like, because I really preferred Lyft back in the day when they first came about. Not anymore, I don't, but they paid me more. It just seemed more of a driver focused company, and then it's just kind of gone.
Yeah, they talked a big game.
Well, they did follow it up early on, I think in the first 4 or 5 years, but then once COVID hit and they were just like, okay, we can't do this shit anymore. So
Yeah.
I
don't know. They've always paid the same here until they went to the upfront pricing.
Yeah. No, well, when it used to be the percentages, so what was it? I think they were only taking 20% out of me, but like anyone else was like 24 or something like, I don't know. It was like 3 to 4% more I was making with Lyft than I was.
Right. Yeah. Y'all got grandfathered in.
Yeah. Grandfather in. So it wasn't a ton of money, but I mean, it still made, because that was before the Quest and all that shit.
Yeah.
So I would almost exclusively, do Lyft more. Just
sure. Why wouldn't you? You're making more.
Yeah. All right, Uber and Turo. Speaking of Turo, announced partnership to bring Turo vehicles to Uber Rent. Again, new name, Uber Rent. Like, this is what you got to be doing, Lyft, if you want to survive. So in my head, because I always the drive or the Uber or the rental companies fucking rip you off. So I thought that's what this was. Like, you rented a Turo rental and then you did gig work, but this is just for people, I guess.
Yes.
So it's just hopes to make a selection of 1,600 makes and models to the Uber Rent platform, but beginning in early 2025. The partnership aims to unlock more opportunities to Turo. That's hard to say. Host to turbocharge and entrepreneurship while enabling millions of Uber customers around the world to get behind the wheel of some of the newest, buzziest vehicles. That's the weirdest, buzziest vehicles. But I mean, good for Uber, good for Turo. They're trying to get more business. Maybe their business has dipped off a little bit, and so they're trying to find a way to make money. Just kind of like how you can order Uber Eats and Instacart now right through the app.
Yeah, it's just more integration, more partnerships.
I gotta give it to Uber. Like, I hate saying that, but like, God, they're innovating and getting on board. I mean, I tell you what stock isn't doing good in my stash account. It's Lyft. I tell you one that's doing good is Uber and DoorDash. I'm sorry, I do buy their stuff.
Yeah, I've got that in my stash too.
Yeah, I mean, I only spend $5 a week, and I always kind of look at which not just I have a Tesla and Apple and all that shit in there too, but I do put a chunk of money into Uber when it seems like they had a good month or whatever, or they're down a little bit. If they're down crazy, I know you're supposed to buy low but sell high, and I literally only sell when it's low, because I was like, fuck this company, whatever it is. Like, I'm done with them. But I haven't done that from Lyft, but it's always in the negative. It's like negative 40, negative 50, and I never buy more. I just always buy Uber.
Yeah. No.
Travis says Lyft just follows Uber. Well, yeah, they did especially after the pandemic and a little bit before. But initially they were different. They were good. They were
And Lyft follows Uber in some things, but they haven't followed them as far as expanding into other areas.
Well, that's the thing. You got to be like looking at the long game, going, okay, what are we like I said, what are we doing? We
what's
should
the
roll
long
the
range
dice.
plan?
Yeah, we should roll the dice. Like, don't get crazy, but like, I don't know, maybe get in the food business, which everyone does. Like, and I know there's a lot of competition, but if it at least brings a little bit of more, I don't know. I don't know shit about business, so I'm just running my mouth as I do always on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. But I'm just like, it just frustrates me that to see that it's like they're sitting on their hands.
Yeah. It's like you said, it does seem sometimes like they have no long range plans. It's like, okay, we'll try this for a few months and see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll try this, and okay, well, maybe we'll try this. But it seems like an overhaul, cohesive plan. You got, every company has a 1-year plan, 5-year plan, 10-year plans, things like that. And sometimes it just doesn't feel like they have one.
Well, and then you try scooters. I mean, how much money are you going to make on that? And literally pennies, and you have to buy the equipment. Like, Get in the food delivery. You already have cars moving around. Make partnerships with the businesses. Like that's the way to go. Like food, there's not a lot of overhead. We already own the cars, and you're making more money. You're charging the customer more. You're raising the price. Like I don't know,
They need to branch out into weed delivery. That's where they need to go.
dude. Yeah, they're always like the chill company. Like,
That's what
hey,
I'm saying.
bro, that's a good thing. I wonder if there's a lot of restrictions on that, just because it's still federally
Prohibited.
illegal.
I don't know.
But yeah, I that is a really good point. No one's doing that. If they're the first to do it, I think that would be a game changer for them.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's an area. Need to put that in the suggestion box.
I was gonna say verbal trademark, right?
Different
Weeding
kind
with
of lift.
Larry.
Getting a different kind of lift.
Yeah, not lifting with Larry. Weeding with Larry. I don't know. That doesn't quite rhyme.
That doesn't quite roll off the tongue as well. I don't know.
All right, let's do let's do yours and call it. I'm out of gas.
Okay. So this one's up was a story up in Pennsylvania. Said a narcotics investigation revealed that a man was using Uber to distribute drugs from his home in Dunmore. The Dunmore Police Department conducted a narcotics investigation in the area over the weekend. And through the investigation, they learned that Stephen Morris, 33 of Dunmore, was using Uber to pick up and drive various drugs to people. So they state in the affidavit that an Uber driver would pick up food, and they put that in quotes, food from Morris's residence. And inside the bag were bottles of water and a box that contained uncooked rice where the drugs would be hidden. On Saturday, multiple police agencies executed a search warrant on Morris's house. They seized a substantial quantity of cocaine, crack cocaine, marijuana, and guns. He was taken into custody and charged with various drug and firearm offenses.
Okay, I have several questions. First one, why is somebody picking up food at his house? Did he like?
Yeah, I don't know if he would order. I think he was just ordering Ubers. It sounded like he was just ordering Uber, and when the driver would get there, he would say, "I need you to deliver this package."
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. We've all had that before.
Yeah. Or he could be, I don't know. Because otherwise the drivers would have to all be in on it.
Yeah, there's several virtual. I get that, Pete, but they verify them now. I know there was a couple of stories a couple years back where there were like some guy was doing it out of his own kitchen, but I would guess that they verify it unless this is like a super old article or something.
No, this is September 9th.
Yeah. So I don't understand why he just didn't do Uber package or what do they call it? Or Uber Connect.
Yeah.
And just do it that way.
Yeah. So I don't know if I've done one. Like it seems like every Thursday or Saturday night that I work, I'll get one of those at about like 1:30 in the morning.
Drugs.
Way late in the morning. And I'm like, that's why I'm not taking.
No.
I'm like, I'm not doing that right now.
If it was in the middle of the day, it'd be less likely to be drugs, but like late at night. Well, see, interesting enough, around here, 9 p.m. you can't buy weed at the weed shops anymore.
What's that now?
They shut down the weed shops at 9 p.m.
9 p.m. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, so okay. Okay.
I'll be here up there this weekend.
You hear that, everybody? Larry's smoking the ganj this weekend, apparently.
Hey, lifting with Larry.
Yeah. Lifting something else. Brain cells. But yeah, so I wonder if that happens quite often. I don't even think I have Uber Connect here. I don't even think that's
really.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Hey, what's up, Steve?
He says, rideshare Rick says 10 p.m. hour. Yeah, and they do have rules, and I'm fine with that, but it seems a little stricter than alcohol. Obviously, 2 a.m. in Michigan that you can drink alcohol. Where was I? Where the fuck? I don't know. It was a couple days ago, and it was like 8:30, and some guy had two big Oberons in his hand. He was checking out at the gas station. I'm like, maybe he works third shift. I don't know. I was like, oh, okay, we're getting after it this morning.
There you go.
But yeah, I would guess a lot of those Uber Connects are drugs, which kind of smart if you think about it. But
yeah, it seems like one of them said had to do a verification. So maybe it was alcohol. I don't know.
Could be.
I don't know, but yeah, it's usually like right it seems like it's right, about 1:30 or something. I'm like, it's bar closes, getting ready to happen. I'm not doing it right now.
all that surge money you're gonna get.
Well, I mean, it has been surging a little bit here at closing
Yeah.
time. I mean, nothing big, but like $6-8.
Okay, that's not bad. Well,
Yeah.
hey Steve, thanks for coming in with 3 minutes left of the show. Are you coming to Grand Rapids this weekend? Your boy Traveler's gonna be here. What
That's
the
right.
hell? I told Traveler to kidnap Levi too. He'd bring his ass over here
Oh yeah.
from Tip You in the app. But all right, guys, I am gassed. Anyways, we did almost an hour. We had an interview before this too, and we've been doing a lot of interviews. Not a lot, but like the last 3 weeks, it says C says better late than never. Yeah,
That is true.
That's what she said. That's what she said. But yeah, so the picnic, just a reminder, if you see this later, it is not next. It is this Saturday, September 14th, 2 to 4. I already put my grocery order in. It's getting delivered, not delivered. My wife's picking it up on Friday.
Riverside Park,
the island shelter. I thought about making signs, but man, I didn't get around to it. I'm still making the shirt. So yeah, we're gonna give away a couple t-shirts. I gotta find the Thirsty Goose. So obviously just show up. I'll grab your name. No, the picnic will not be streamed. I am not doing any streaming there. No.
Yeah,
tried that one time. It was a pain in the ass, and I just want to hang out with my friends. So that's all. I'm not going to do anything. You'd be lucky if you get a picture. So that's why you got to be there.
We'll do a TikTok or something.
Oh, come on. All right. I'm not doing it. You're doing it. You're editing it. You're uploading it. No,
I edited nothing. But I'll just do a fun one there at the picnic.
Yeah. Larry might have his pants off. No, that's for the Patreon. All right, guys. As always, don't put up with anyone's bullshit.
And we'll see you on the road and at the picnic.
Oh, I thought you were going to sub it beforehand. I thought you were going to go at the picnic. All right, guys. Thanks so much. See ya. You're sending a guy to a live stream? Okay, well, we're done. Bye.